And of course, as I'm gonna start filming this, the sun's gonna come out, but winter is here, my friends. It is cold outside. And you, along with a ton of other people, are probably wondering, should we still cold plunge in the winter? Well, I know a lot of people like Wim Hof would totally disagree. And in this video, I'm gonna break down the benefits, the best practices, and the science behind why cold plunging in the winter might just be the best time to do it. Let's dive in. And hey, after today's video, I think you should check out the link down in the description below to ModTub. ModTub makes an incredible, super durable, and user-friendly cold plunge. As you see the one behind me, comes in multiple different colorways, great filtration, a great water chiller that you can literally set to any temperature down to 39 degrees, and it'll keep your water right there. ModTub makes a great product, and if you're looking to buy a cold plunge for yourself, they might be one to consider. Link and a discount code down in the description below. The first thing we're gonna talk about is why cold plunge in the winter. All right, the air is really cold, the water's really cold. That combination just doesn't seem very fun. Well, I can tell you that me, myself, personally, and so many other people that I know that do cold plunge all year round would probably agree that cold plunging in the winter time is one of the more fulfilling times to cold plunge. I gotta be totally transparent. I live in Florida. It's actually not that cold here right now. It's almost Christmas and it's still, I don't even want to tell you how cold it is right now because I'm wearing a jacket and you're gonna laugh at me, but it's 60 degrees outside.
It's 60 degrees outside.
So getting into the water is still colder than the actual air outside. So it's a little uncomfortable, but it's totally fine. If you live somewhere where right now the air temperature is below 30 and the water in your cold plunge is somewhere between 30 and 40 degrees, well, guess what? That water is gonna feel really good. It's gonna feel almost like a hot tub, right? Maybe not like a hot tub, but the water is actually gonna feel warmer than the air, which is kind of a really unique experience if you've never felt it. But let's break down 3 benefits to why cold plunging in the wintertime might be one of the best times to do it. Number 1, it boosts your resilience. So right now, it's Christmas time. I don't know about you, but I have 4 kids and a wife who are still in school. Today's their last day of school. I gotta go pick them up early, and then they're off for winter break. We still have Christmas presents to buy, Christmas presents to wrap, so much to do, taxes to figure out, bills to pay. Life still goes on and it's super hectic. So for me, the whole building resilience thing, getting into my cold plunge for 2 to 3 minutes every morning sets my whole tone for the entire day. And that's what I love about cold plunging year round, but especially during the winter, is getting into that extremely cold water helps to train my brain and my body to handle stress a little bit better. Everything's just chill after I get out of a cold plunge. And it's almost like a workout for my nervous system, which we really need to work out our nervous systems, don't we? Number 2, it strengthens your immunity. Regular, consistent cold plunging is going to help boost your immunity because it stimulates white blood cell production, helping your body fight off those winter colds and flus. And I don't know about you, but it seems like everybody I know is either sick right now, is just getting over being sick, or is getting sick. Get in the cold water, my friends. Side note, I'm not a doctor, this isn't medical advice, but don't get into cold water if you're deathly sick right now. It's probably not the right time to start, but if you're not sick, boost your immune system by starting cold water therapy now. And when everybody's sick and you're not, you'll thank me later. Number 3, improved circulation. Now, the winter time for me and for so many people is a depressing time. People get bundled up. They just want to sit down by the couch and the fire and eat. This is when people gain a lot of weight and become a little slightly depressed. I hate to say that, but it's kind of true. Going outside may not be as inviting. And this is when a lot of people's systems can get backed up. I don't know if you've ever heard of the lymphatic system, but lymphatic flushing is a real thing. And by improving your circulation, like getting into cold water, that's one of the many cool ways that you can help flush out your lymphatic system and not feel so groggy and down on yourself. And there's extra credit if you can do some contrast therapy, which is getting into cold water and either having warmer air around you, getting into a sauna, or even taking a little bit of a warm shower and then getting back into the cold water. Contrast therapy is amazing. But even if you don't do contrast therapy and you just get into the cold water in the cold, it's gonna boost circulation and it's gonna keep you feeling energized and away from that winter sluggish feeling that so many people have. So there's 3 great benefits. Now let's talk about the best practices for cold plunging in the winter time. And like I said, this is gonna look silly because there's no snow on the ground here in Florida. It's not that cold, but I'm gonna explain what you might have to do to prepare for your cold plunge and then the practice itself. You might have to layer up. You might have to wear a sweater, a beanie, a robe, some sandals, some Uggs, some winter boots. It might take some time to prepare to get into your cold plunge. You might want to throw your towel into the dryer and warm it up and make it really, really warm for when you get out. And hey, like a lot of people up north, you might have to actually break the ice just to get in it. But what I'm trying to say is you might have to actually layer up, bring a jacket out there, some gloves, some boots, just to get to your cold plunge. And then when you get out, same thing, just to get back to your house. This all depends on where you live and what the temperatures are like, but don't be afraid to layer up. The next thing to keep in mind is to keep your timing right. In the wintertime, you may not need to stay in your cold plunge for 3 to 5 minutes. 1 to 3 minutes might be just enough, might be plenty. So don't overdo it in the winter time. This isn't the time to break records for how long you can stay on a freezing cold plunge. I love how the sun just came out for this part, but the next thing I would suggest is to warm up safely after your cold plunge. And this is if you're not doing contrast therapy. If you're doing contrast therapy, you are mindfully and intentionally going to heat up pretty extremely and cool down pretty extremely, because you're gonna go from a cold plunge to a sauna, to a cold plunge, to a sauna. You get it, right? You can even do that with a hot tub. It's a little different, but you can do that with a hot tub. But if you are just cold plunging, warm up gradually. Get out of your cold plunge, throw on a towel, do some light stretching, maybe some light bouncing, maybe do some rebounding on a small trampoline, but let your body warm up naturally. I would say to avoid immediately jumping into a hot shower and allow your body's thermoregulation to kick in. Probably a decent idea to drink a nice warm coffee afterwards. That's what I like to do. And remember, hydration is key, especially in the wintertime. Staying hydrated supports circulation and recovery, so make sure you're staying hydrated with quality electrolytes and quality water. If you need some suggestions on quality electrolytes, I have links to Relight down in the description below. That is my hydration drink of choice. But there's a few other good ones out there too. And the last suggestion for the best practice is listen to your body. Remember, this is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor prescribing anything to you, but I am telling you this. Listen to your body. If the water is too cold and you get in there and it's uncomfortable and it feels dangerous, get out and go warm up immediately. The cool thing about this cooler is it's extremely insulated, so even if it's extremely cold outside, your water inside should not freeze over as fast as if you were using a galvanized horse trough, a Rubbermaid tub, or something like that. Having this insulation is really key. And if you live somewhere like me, you can have your temperature set to 39 degrees or anything above that, and it'll keep your temperature right there even throughout the winter months. And once again, I live here in Florida, so it's a little different. But the main point I want to drive home is listen to your body and always be safe. Now let's talk about what the science says about cold plunging in the winter. Well, you increase brown fat activation, and brown fat generates heat and burns calories. That's why you always hear Gary Brecka talking about how cold plunging is one of the fastest way to burn calories on the planet. But the cool thing other than calorie burn is the heat that brown fat generates can actually help to heat up your body. But other than just burning calories, brown fat actually generates heat and can help keep you warm during the winter and aid in that weight management we're all gonna need with all this dang food we're gonna be eating. Cold plunging also releases norepinephrine, which is a neurotransmitter that boosts your mood and elevates your focus. So while everybody else is down and depressed in the dumps because it's cold outside, you're gonna be jumping around like elf. One of my personal favorite reasons to cold plunge all the time is it enhances your sleep. Cold exposure lowers your core body temperature, obviously, and this will help you wind down for a deeper, more restful sleep at night. Isn't it amazing how something so simple like just getting into cold water for 2 minutes can actually benefit so many great things? But okay, I get it. There's just the thought of jumping into icy cold water on an already freezing day just sounds brutally insane, doesn't it? But trust me, the benefits far outweigh the couple minutes of discomfort. Start small, stay consistent, and soon, like me and many others, you'll find yourself looking forward to it every day. It truly doesn't matter what the weather's like outside. I love getting into cold water. Actually, let me take that back. I don't love getting into cold water. I love getting out of cold water. I don't think there's many people who love getting in the cold water, because no matter who you are, you could be Wim Hof, Gary Brecka, or David Moss Jr., it doesn't matter. Getting into cold water sucks. Getting out, when you have that release of the endorphins and norepinephrine where you feel like you could focus on anything. When you feel your body warming up, you can literally see your body shivering and burning calories and burning fat and activating brown fat. When everybody around you is getting sick or is sick and they're out and you're not. There's so many amazing reasons why getting in and then getting out of cold water is a part of my daily life. And I hope that you'll join me, and I hope that you'll join others in this beautiful journey of cold water therapy on a daily basis. If you need some tools, make sure you subscribe, because my channel has a ton of content around cold water therapy, sauna therapy, biohacks, and a lot of other great health and wellness subjects. If you need another tool like a cold plunge for yourself, definitely check out ModTub. I've got links and a discount code down in the description below. Definitely check those out. If you click the link, it's just gonna take you to their website so you can see the options, pricing, and all that stuff. And if you wanna see a full review of this product, I will have it linked at the end of this video. video. I also just launched my first newsletter where I'm taking a lot of really hot topics around health and wellness and I'm breaking it down on text. It's kind of fun. I never really thought of myself as a writer, but it's been really fun to write these newsletters out. I swore I would only do like one a week, but I've been posting like one a day. So if you want to subscribe to that, it's free. It just costs you your email address, and I'll have a link down in the description below to that as well. So many links. Check them all out. They're fun. But remember, it's all about progress, not perfection. Every single cold plunge you do, even if it's starting with a cold shower, is a step in the right direction. So, should you cold plunge in the winter? Absolutely. With the right approach, winter cold plunging could be one of the most transformative habits that you'll ever adopt. And the cool thing is, the whole family can do it. My kids love cold plunging, my parents love cold plunging, and I think you will too. So if you found this helpful, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that fun YouTube-y stuff. If you want to get to know me a little better, check out my Instagram page. I love engaging with my friends there, so make sure you follow along. If you have any questions I didn't answer or any comments that you'd like to post, put it down in the comments section below. I'll see you on the next video, my friends. Have a great day, and God bless. And hey, before you go, like I said, check out this video next. This is a full review of the mod tub. I think you'll like it. It's pretty cool. It's right here.